I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fire.
Oh my goodness, it's hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Never mind, I'm not doing that.
No, don't do it. It's
Yeah.
not. It's fine. And as you can tell, if you're watching on the video screen, we are
Live on location.
live on location. That's a good idea. Yeah.
It's a nice little setup.
It's
I
not
feel
bad.
like
It's not bad. We're on a couch.
it might be a hint of possible things to come.
Eventually, one day, this actually doesn't work too badly.
No, it does. I mean, we would need a wider table here.
Yeah, we'd need a wider
So
table.
this
in front
isn't
of us
in
and-
everybody's way, and then we
Yeah.
can still see.
And it'd be nicer if we had like an actual producer other than like myself.
Yeah, to kind
press
of
buttons and
Yeah,
John
so
can-
we could just kind
I
of
could
sit
both
back and
both of us could sit and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But that's
The
okay.
joy of doing this is we can. Yeah.
Yeah, we could just talk.
So
and
anyway.
that'd be great.
Yeah, on
So-
location. Isn't this
it's-
fantastic?
It's not bad actually.
It's not. I've been in worse places.
I gotta say, our video feed's running pretty smooth. Our audio
Don't
feed's
talk about it. This is
running
just
pretty
so we're
far.
clear.
It's not bad.
No,
this
okay,
is, this
okay.
is literally on a hitch right now.
Okay. So just so we're clear, you can't talk about it no more because just like in the medical field,
I know.
and everything else,
Yeah, yep.
the moment you say something,
yep.
it's done.
I said so far, which is
I
gonna
know,
be,
I know, but that's what they say too. And then, the medical people are like,
Right.
"Ah,
Oh
the
no,
Rex
you're gonna
Series
kill us all.
fall."
Ah.
So
Yeah, I get it.
just so we're clear,
Yep,
let's just there you go.
that's what we're gonna do.
Anyway,
All right.
So
So-
I know a lot of people were upset about not, the
About us not
replay.
being here yesterday,
Sorry,
we understand.
we were kind of last minute voluntold, and
It's fine. That's what we're here for, though.
we're here.
This is our job.
we
Well, this is part of our jobs now.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
What?
No,
What?
that's
I mean,
no. You're right. You are. I'm
Yeah,
just.
right. I mean, right.
No,
Right?
maybe,
Oh.
sort of. Anyway, so
Uh-huh.
speaking of really awesome partnerships and things working together, Russia
Russia.
and China,
Russia.
they're working together.
Working together.
Yeah, they want
That's
to. They've decided they want to build something.
so they've gotten camaraderie.
Yes, yeah. They've always been kind of buddy. They want to build something.
Build something, you say.
Yeah, they really do. They want to partner together and build a lunar research station.
Sorry, what?
A lunar research station.
A lunar
Yeah, as in the moon.
moon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're partnering together to build.
The two nations
They're building a station on the moon
the two nations that, to my knowledge, have never actually been to the moon
at all.
are going to
Like Russia spent a lot of time at the space station.
Yeah, they did the space station. I don't think either
But-
one of them actually made it to me. I could be wrong.
Because
I-
cosmonauts, they're all about the.
I don't think they ever made it, and if they did, I obviously don't care enough to remember.
The last thing that actually tried to hit the moon, the Chinese used a Huacha. So I don't think they made it though.
I don't think they made it. On Tuesday, top officials of the China National Space Administration, that would be the CNSA for those of you playing at home, and the Roscosmos, which would be Russia's government space agency, signed a memorandum of understanding in order to build a moon outpost named the International Lunar Research Station.
Oh, because it's international now.
Yeah, well, it is international because it's those two nations doing
That's
it.
intranational.
Yeah,
Between two.
yeah, international. That's what I said. The Chinese National Space Administration released a statement saying, "quote." I was about to be. Okay. I'm going to pause for just a second. Slight tangent. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those moments of you're doing something and you're supposed to be doing it the right way, the certain way? You kind of have this.
There's a cadence.
There's a proper way of doing this, and just before you launch into it, you feel that your brain almost takes over and decides to completely take
We're going to do something completely different.
No, because so what I was going to do was when I read that the Chinese had a statement, quote, my brain said fake Chinese and start just saying fake Chinese stuff just for a joke. And I'm like, but
God.
like it was like that. But I
Okay.
knew better.
All right.
I'm not going to.
You should have.
I'm not going to.
You should
I'm just
have.
it hit me so hard it made me pause. I apologize. Now
gotcha.
back to your regularly scheduled
to finish
program.
live.
Already in progress.
That's right.
The ILRS is a comprehensive scientific experiment base with the capability of long-term autonomous operation
Oh, wow.
built on the lunar surface and or on the lunar orbit that will carry out multidisciplinary and multi-objective scientific research activities such as the lunar exploration and utilization, lunar-based observation,
I need a
basic
timeout.
scientific experiment, and technical verifications.
we
Yes,
get the ti-
Stephen
yeah, we
Mojo
need,
50. What can I? You have a question?
Yeah, built on the lunar surface or on the lunar orbit. How do you build something on the lunar orbit?
I assumed you just that's their fancy way of saying they're going to put it in the same stride. You know what I mean? Something
No. Basically, they're going to make a station that orbits the moon, but you can't put it
the
on.
moon.
You can't put it on an orbit.
No, that's what I thought too. But
In orbit.
yeah, it's the,
in.
well, no, you can't say in orbit of something because that means you're circling it.
That's what it would be.
But this object would not be circling the moon. This object would be
It would have to be.
stationary, just following the moon's orbit. Does that make sense? I think I understand what they're trying to say, and I think you understand too. I think you're just being a jerk.
No, I can't.
Does that not make sense?
No, they're going to build a space station like the International Space Station, but they're either going to do it one on the surface of the moon or just let it float around and around the moon
Yes, next to the moon,
inside of its orbit.
inside of its orbit.
Yeah, it's still inside.
But it won't
it's
be
still in
orbiting the
orbit.
moon. It'll be orbiting the Earth with the moon.
Yeah, no, we got it. It's there.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep.
said. You got it? You
Yeah,
sure?
I got it. It's
Okay.
just
It sounds weird, don't it?
yeah.
Little funky. Might be on the dark side of that moon where no one sees. Dum, 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 dum. Anyway, within the framework of create, this is a continuation from the statement, quote, within the framework of creation of the ILRS, China and Russia will use their experience in space science.
In space science.
They do have a lot of experience in space, right? Like they've been to space
No, they've been to
a
the
ton.
No, I'm sorry.
They have been to space.
It depends on which. Okay, what do you mean by space?
Like out of Earth's atmosphere,
Technically not.
but not.
Technically
They
not.
have because they're
No,
outside.
technically
the
they
space
haven't.
station is outside of the Earth's atmosphere by like that much, enough to keep it from plummeting back to Earth. I'm just saying.
It's still in the gravitational field, which would mean that technically it is still.
Yeah, but that's
If it's-
so
if-
is the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't
Yeah.
poo-poo the Russians and the Chiners for
Yes, I can.
why?
Yes, I can. No, we haven't done space travel yet.
Well, we have.
No, we haven't.
We-
If we're not,
You're not counting.
I'm not counting
from here to the moon?
No,
But it's
that's
in space.
exploring something attached to the Earth.
It's like an extension.
It's literally going to explore a satellite. It's not that. No.
So you're not going to count that at all.
No.
Wow.
Look.
Look.
It was a great thing that happened in the 60s.
Okay.
When we did it in the 60s, that was amazing. Since the 60s, we have done jack shit.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm not just talking about us. I'm talking about everyone.
everyone.
We made it to the moon first, and everybody decided to stop and just throw up satellites. And then we put out a International Space Station outside of, right inside of our orbit. Okay. It's great, and we get to see a lot of cool stuff. We get to focus on the Earth, but you
But-
understand that's it.
No, I got that.
Like, I get that you've been feeling space for like the past,
Feeling space.
feeling space for the past 15 years or whatever. And, cosmonauts have had more time in space, quote unquote, than the rest of the rest of the countries because of their International Space Station missions. However, no, you don't have R&D in space.
Well, no, not yet. Well, I mean, I guess again that's just how you want to slice it. I mean,
Have they created a gravitational system onto a ship yet?
not that I'm aware of.
Then they haven't done enough research.
Go back to the drawing board.
If you can't create a gravitational system on a spaceship yet, then no.
Now remember,
You're
the Russians were the country that when it came to going into space, they knew that they couldn't use an ink pen, so they just to write their stuff out. So they
Right,
just
yeah.
used pencil. They
Yeah.
didn't bother like taking the extra step to actually create a pen that
ballpoint
writes in
pen.
zero gravity. Yeah,
Yeah, zero gravity ballpoint pens. Yeah.
yeah.
Instead, they wanted pencil shavings all over the freaking place.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, do you really think that this is gonna be?
No, it's gonna be a patch job at best.
Yeah, my question though is how is this supposed to look? As far as like, because Russians,
It's gonna be extravagant.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It's
like,
gonna be beautiful.
like, okay, no, I know it will, but my brain automatically goes to, forgive me for what most people would deem stereotypical.
Sure, yeah.
But China, they're Asian. They're
No.
They're,
What do you mean?
They're short people.
What are you talking about?
Well, they're not very tall.
Okay, and what about the
At
Russians?
least compared to me.
What about Russians?
Most Russians actually are.
Okay, so
At least in
they're gonna have to
comparison
split the difference, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so how are they going to do this?
Well, they're just gonna have to split the difference.
That's what I'm wondering. Are they going to find the average height between
Well, I think the
both
reason,
nations, and then that's how they're going to make the
No.
doorways?
I think one of the reasons why China is wanting to explore space is because they found out that if you stay in space long enough, you get taller.
Finally, we found a secret.
Because there's no gravity pulling on your spine, so
Yeah, so-
it slowly releases over time and actually lengthens
Just
you out,
stretches out a
just
little
about
bit.
like an inch, maybe two,
Yeah, nothing crazy, but enough to be noticeable.
enough that like where you remember the American twins, both of them.
Yeah,
were
the
quote-unquote
one that
astronauts?
was married to
One
the
went to space
senator.
and the other one didn't.
Mhm.
Yep, and the one that went to space came back, and not only was he weaker, like incredibly weak,
Yeah.
but he was an inch and a half taller
Yeah,
than his other twin.
I think they were like literal biological
Yeah, like they were full on, like not,
twinsy twins.
yeah, twins,
Twinsy
straight
twins.
twins, like all twin.
Anytime that I hear about Russia and China doing anything together,
It's scary, right?
I get a little twinge. My spider senses tingle just a tad.
You get a twinge. You get
I
a tingle.
do.
You get a,
I
get a little
do
tingle,
because both places do not give a flying fig about anybody else, including each other.
tingle. Oh, that's very true. That is very true.
But just like during the Cold War with us and Russia, it was
Yeah.
Mutual destruction.
Of
That's
course,
what it
yes.
was. Like Russians could do whatever they want to do for sure, but
Right.
China's got a lot of people,
They
You know what I mean?
really do.
so it's kind of like
Oh, there's a lot of people chatter.
I don't know, man. I don't like this idea at all. And I don't believe they're actually going to successfully pull it off anyway because they've never been able to even be to the moon in the first place. They're doing it like together because before they couldn't even get to the moon on their own.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they have to they figure
They have
well,
to do it together.
Let's team up together and we can make this happen.
Eventually, we can be just like the Americans.
Eventually. Well, and then one day we're going to have somebody somewhat like a Kennedy-esque, kind of thing where everything
Right.
is, and he's going to turn around and be like, nah, screw you. We've already got a Hilton out there. You know what I mean? It's like
Trump
you guys.
Tower is already there, but
Trump's Tower. Screw that. You guys you just want a space station right there? Like you want to have a.
man, we've
Shut
already
up.
mined that thing for all it's worth.
Yeah. He's like, please, we've already built a golf course. Shut up.
It's really cool too because the ball floats. It's great.
But I can drive like a mile.
It's awesome.
Watch this. Call whack.
it's gone.
You feel bad for the caddies. Son of a bitch, there's another ball. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back, sir.
I think it landed on the dark side.
They're having bets to see if they can actually hit it so hard
It goes out of orbit.
out of orbit, or either catches the rotation, spins back around.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Why? Why China? Why Russia? Why do you need to go to the moon?
Bang zoom to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
China and Russia, this is part of their statement still. China and Russia will now work on a roadmap for how to design, develop, and operate the station and plan
See, they've
its
already.
presentation to the world space community.
See, there's already a problem there.
There is?
Yeah, roadmap
There's no roads.
in space.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
There's streets with no name.
Wow. It's a bad idea. They're gonna.
It's not good for anybody.
It's not gonna work. And the United States have made a similar push for moon travel as well in NASA's Artemis program. The Artemis plans to put astronauts on the surface of the moon in the mid 2020s in order to develop a more defined human existence on the moon by the end of the 2020s. But,
Okay.
I mean,
But now Biden's back in office, so I don't see that happening.
yeah, because they're more.
That
worried.
only happened because Donald Trump said, "No, you're no longer going to teach math to people in the Middle East. Instead, you're actually going to do science again."
Yeah, that's not what NASA was created for.
Right.
And you're supposed to be astronauts. You're supposed to be going in space. You're supposed to be check out all this cool stuff. No.
No. We're just going to teach math to people in underprivileged communities in
Because
Middle East now.
that's what's important.
Yep, that's how it is.
Good.
That's all it is. Math and science and math.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about the Hilton and everything already being on there. And
Oh,
where'd it go?
Jesus.
What?
Big Pharma Steve.
I ain't got that for you yet.
The Trump Lunar Restaurant is nice, but I bet it lacks atmosphere.
Oh. Well, Stealth Jackal, a master of over there on the Twitters, is the ILRS going to be a bar or have a bar, kind of a nightlife thing?
Yeah.
And it's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
I would already assume that by the time they get around to getting it done and operating properly and blah, 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 someone like Trump or Trump-esque will turn around and we've been here for years. Welcome to the party.
What are you doing here, bud? Yeah.
I'm sorry. We've already drawn up our boundary lines, and you can't put that there because that's technically ours now.
Stealth Jackal also on the Twitters. I should go back to space, or I should go to space. I could go. I could come back to 5'2".
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean,
You could. You can come back 5'2".
The food is crappy, and you have to have a developed taste for tang.
That's right, and not that tang.
No, not that. That's nasty. That's just nasty.
So speaking of tangy things,
Ew.
it seems America has lost their taste for Biden.
They never had a taste for Biden.
Well, they're concerned now.
Oh, now you're concerned?
Right. Now it's a tragedy.
Not the fact that it was, thrown into the mix 2 months before the election happened.
Now it's
not
so
the
sad
fact that
to
he
see.
didn't campaign at all through those 2 months of the election. Not to mention none of this stupidness. Not the fact that any other little thing you could throw out there. No.
Nay.
Now is the moment you kind of go, oh crap,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yep. Now's the
Shut
time.
up.
Now is the time.
No,
That's
too
Yeah.
late.
mm-hmm.
Now is the time where I get to sit back, and even though I hate seeing our country go into this,
It's the I told you so's.
it is. This is me sitting back with my little bag of popcorn going,
You guys planned it.
you did it.
It's your fault now.
Not my pig, not my farm. You do what you got to do, Chief. I'm not doing,
No. Well, we're gonna keep on doing what we do.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing what I do, but
But, you did this to yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. See, Americans are now concerned about the President Joe Biden's ability to do his job as Commander-in-Chief as POTUS nears 7 weeks in office without holding a single solitary solo conference.
Not one, huh?
with the media. No individual no, he has not walked out on his own at all. He has always had a handler
Because he can't.
with him at all times.
Because he can't do it by himself.
Yeah, that's right. Rasmussen.
The Rasmussen.
That guy. Those things. They released data on Tuesday that from polling conducted March 4th through the 7th concerning Biden's lack of transparency. Quote, more than 6 weeks since his inauguration, President Joe Biden still hasn't held his first White House press conference.
Nope.
And half of the voters are worried about his ability to do this job.
He also hasn't done a State of the Union either.
Yet he's not going to. The survey
Nope.
found that 52% of Americans were concerned about Biden's lack of access to the press, with 37% identifying as very concerned.
Again, now you're concerned. But
Very
here's, there's something about this story
Yeah.
and this poll.
Yeah.
It's a little bit kind of fitting. Well, not fitting.
What do you mean?
It's almost predictable.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like
It's almost like
they're
they're starting to push the idea that he's not fit to be president.
almost
And we talked about this.
yeah, and like maybe there's gonna need to be someone on the other side, someone who's next in line, possibly eligible, to
that
fill in that gap.
smart,
at the very
young,
least. Yeah.
female,
Yes.
black,
Yes.
but not black.
no, because here's the upside to that is if this
The
individual,
most black.
if this individual was able to actually say fill that seat,
She can
and
fill
very
that
early,
void.
she would have virtually all 4 years.
Yes.
Virtually.
Yes, she would.
And it would not have been an election.
Right, because she could never pass an actual election.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So then she still wouldn't, even though that she would be this demographic, it wouldn't be officially titled to her, which means she could then run for real
for 2 more terms.
2 more terms.
Because
and
she would be the vice president, and that took over the office. And so she would have 12 years officially if she decided that she was going to try and run again.
Yeah, if she felt that she
But
needed to sacrifice her time.
The only way that she could ever run again is if they cheated on the election. I mean, that's never gonna happen.
That would
right?
never happen in
America.
Never, what?
Because she failed every election for the past however many years.
Well, obviously not all of them because
Oh no, she grabbed the coattails of Joe Biden's.
Well, she grabbed something.
Yeah, we're saying coattails.
Yeah, sure.
We're saying coattails.
It's
I'm not
fine.
going beyond that.
It's fine. She can grab whatever she wants to grab.
Look. When her head bobs up from underneath that desk and she decides to take a seat. And she decides to take the seat.
I'm just saying it all kind of is a little convenient. I'll use the word convenient.
See, Biden's lack of transparency has even been noted by the left.
Really?
Yeah, CNN's media critic Brian Stelter recently highlighted Biden's lack of press conferences and encouraged reporters to continue to push their increase for access to the president.
I do love how especially the left reporters and stuff, but I love how the left is always like shocked about this.
Shocked, I say.
Like really? Like
You're really shocked, guys?
You didn't see this coming? Where the hell have you been?
Have you not listened?
Not even listened. Have you not been
Have you not
watching?
heard?
Have you not paid attention to anything?
Do you not understand how the media works? I mean, you're in it. Like, what are you doing?
Like you're. I'm just saying. I know that my little idea is rather conspiratorial.
What?
It's a little far fetched.
Oh, no, it's not.
Well,
No, it's not.
it's not, but it is.
It's not, and it's not. We said it. We called it.
Just
I
saying.
said maximum a year.
Yeah.
I said maximum 1 year.
All they're doing is going to keep tearing it down and tearing it down. And Joe's in such a spot. Do you think
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Do you think he notices?
No.
He's going to notice.
No, he's asleep most of the time.
I want to know. We have an over/under when they're going to apply the 25th Amendment.
I don't know, but whenever they do, it's
Oh man.
Camel Toe Harris for the president.
No. Loading.
Yeah, that's right. They're only downloading stuff, so then streaming.
Yep.
So there's no upload feed there. So.
Exactly. So when they're not replacing their modem every 3 months because they have no idea that it's a piece of crap. Because
I'm
they're not
really
uploading
glad that it's not under my payment. Like I don't have to pay for it. I just got to go take it back and say, give me a new one that actually works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they'll turn around eventually. Though they might push that and say like it does work. Be fine. Or start charging you
nope,
for it.
it doesn't work. Your uploads are dropping like crazy, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's making my stuff work harder. So new.
I don't know.
Nope. Big Pharma Steve, it does not work that way.
That's okay. We'll say it.
We'll talk about it. Come back on the other side.
In a minute.
This is Defenders Live.
Big Pharma Steve over there on the Twitters. Just a small point of correction. She would not be able to get 12 years because she would be taking over for more than half of Biden's term. This term would count against her, and she would not. She would only be able to get less than 8. I didn't know that there was a rule of more than half or less than half. It was just you take over. We're gonna need a ruling on that one. I'm gonna need to see official documents on that.
That you can't.
Yeah, a person takes over
run
office. They
and
take over
elect.
office.
Yeah, if you take over, it doesn't count.
If you are elected as the president, you cannot be elected as the president more than twice.
That's what I thought it was, but I don't know.
There's no maximum 8 years. The term it's 2 terms as president, and it's 2 terms as elected president.
That's what I thought too. So
I
could be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. We're gonna have to dig that up
to
because
find an expert.
At this point in time, I'm still going with she could technically have 11 years.
Even
11 and a half.
Even if she got a free one and
a freebie,
the freebie and got another 4, that's still way too many.
Still much. Yeah, it's still a bit much. 3 years is too much. A year is too much. 10 minutes is too much.
Yeah, where she's
10 minutes with her is way too much.
Her being the vice president currently is too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
not going to be very good.
I don't know
at all.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. So anyway. So I like music.
Do you?
I do. I'm a big music fan.
I could never tell.
We had no idea.
No.
Didn't need no idea at all.
No.
Mumford and Sons.
Mumford and Sons.
Yes.
That's a band.
It is.
It is a band.
I don't know what you would classify them officially as.
Bluegrass?
No.
Rock?
Like contemporary pop. I don't freaking know.
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, their banjo player and lead guitarist announced Tuesday that he will be stepping away from the band and offered an apology after he faced backlash for a now deleted tweet promoting a book.
A book? You mean like Mein Kampf?
Well, no.
He promoted Mein Kampf.
No.
That racist.
No.
He promoted the what is it? The Rise of a Nation. That racist.
No. Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. That's what it is. That racist.
No.
See, I don't even know it because I'm not a racist.
Really? And I've got a black friend. I'm not racist. Really? That's what you just said. I don't know the book title name, so I'm not racist.
I don't know, man.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't those. Wasn't those books? No. It was a book.
Book. Yeah, that's what I said. So it's a book
promoting a book.
Okay, so he had a book. Yeah, and the book was absolutely racist.
No, it was from a reporter. Andy Ngo.
Andy Ngo.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ngo. Inward Go. I don't know how you say that. It's NGO. I think it's Ngo.
It's just Go.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I feel like a real idiot.
Andy, go.
Well, drop the N.
No,
Chief.
no, it's because of his national origin.
I got
man.
that, but
His family name.
then drop the N. Drop the
Drop the N. Drop the N word, buddy.
quote. I have offended not only a lot of people I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start off an apology letter, isn't it?
I have offended a bunch of people. I have no idea who they are.
I have no idea. I don't even. But also those closest to me, including my bandmates, and for that I am truly sorry. That from Winston Marshall posted a tweet adding, quote, as a result of my actions, I am taking time away from the band to examine my blind spots.
Your blind spots?
Marshall praised Nego over the weekend after the publication of his book Unmasked, which offers a look inside Antifa's radical plan to destroy democracy.
Oh, you mean the one that's actually pretty darn real?
Spot on.
That's spot on. Like, he took a long time to investigate in that, used a lot of references, made sure that everything was noted and footnoted and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because his tweet was originally, finally had time to read your important book, You're a Brave Man. That was the tweet.
That was the tweet.
That was the tweet.
Okay, so...
No, I'm going to just reading that again. Forget for a moment
Right, who it is.
whose book it is.
All right.
Forget what it's about.
Okay, nothing about who it is, what it is.
Forget all of that.
Right.
Quote, finally had time to read your important book, You're a Brave Man.
Sexist.
Period.
Sexist.
What about that on any level is offensive? Again, forget who he's talking about. Forget who it's a part of. Forget all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What part of that is offensive to anyone?
Absolutely none.
See,
The fact that he tweeted it to this person is what makes it offensive to the left.
I am so tired of people. I'm sorry. No, I'm tired.
Everybody's going to be
people.
offended by something. What I'm tired of is this right here.
The whole,
I am tired of this.
the apologies.
I am tired of
I've
I have
offended
offended
people
not
I don't
only
know.
a lot of people I don't know, but also the closest to me,
Yeah.
including my bandmates. And for that, I am truly sorry.
No.
No, you didn't offend anybody.
Here's the deal.
You did not offend
Nope.
anyone.
You had a
You actually praised a person and said you did a great job to a person who wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You-
all you did. Anybody that had offense received offense.
Yep.
They had to take it upon themselves.
Yep.
If your bandmates got pissed at you for sending a tweet, that's their own fault. If these random people that you've never met and most likely are just bots on Twitter got offended, it's not your fault. You were being nice. You've read a book.
And you agreed with it.
And you
Or
agreed
not
with
even
that
agreed
book?
with it. You at least saw
You saw the potential
the
in it or
effort.
whatever.
You saw the effort that was put into it.
You saw what he was
the
trying to do.
risks, and yeah, he didn't sit there and say, "Oh my God, I totally agree with you."
No, you just said right here. All you said,
Finally
You're
had time
brave.
to read your important book, You're a Brave,
Brave
man.
Man.
Because he is. To be able to go into that kind of a situation, to run around with Antifa, to be able to get this kind of information, and I don't even know his book, I haven't read it, but I'm just to run around with those guys, clearly not being a part of them, and be able to get out
right.
with what I'm assuming has been minimal to no real issues. That takes a lot of bravery. That's like being an undercover cop in
Minimal to
in a
no,
sting
but he
operation
did
or
get
something.
like he got beat.
Oh, probably.
No, he did.
Oh, okay.
Like he did.
I don't know.
Yeah, he got beat and chased and
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah.
he
Get this information.
but he got it.
He got it.
That
and then he
is
wrote
that
it in a
makes
book.
him brave.
That is bravery. He saw something wrong. He went straight into the face of it, and then he expounded upon it and told everybody about what was happening.
I'm so tired of people.
That's brave. That's true
That is.
bravery.
I'm tired of people responding, I guess, because that's what this is. I'm taking an attempt at a stance for their beliefs and who they are, only to turn around at the slightest bit of backlash, of pushback, to turn around and just drop and run.
Right.
And I'm so sorry.
Like, here's the thing. Like,
I'm so sorry.
Andy got himself into a lot of trouble. Not only was he tooling around with reporting on Antifa and all the stuff in Portland, but they routinely targeted him over his work. They have attacked him physically. They doxed him. His home has been visited at night by activists.
Yeah,
And all the rest of it. Like, he's been getting assaulted and harassed and all the rest of it. You want to call somebody a Nazi, which is what they did.
yeah.
They called this guy, who is just a freaking guitarist. There's nothing about him that actually that points that he is anything like a Nazi. He's just a musician. He's just a musician. He happens to be in a band that's somewhat popular.
Well, was. I don't know how popular it is now.
I
but
said somewhat.
it's just so
They have a
stupid.
sense of popularity.
I don't know. I'm tired of this. People are going to say stuff, and the problem is they've been allowed to affect you. You know what I mean? Like, you're worried about offending people that you don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They don't know you.
Nope.
Okay? They don't know you.
They don't know who you
People
are.
make rash judgments and make rash things,
They say-
decisions all the time.
What happens a lot, and especially with bands and musicians and things like that, things that happen a lot, okay, are this. I like this music. They obviously believe the same way I do.
Yeah. Which is your first mistake.
You can't. If you like the music, you like the music, but you have no idea who that person is.
No, you don't. They could be morons. They could be smart. They might believe everything you believe, and they may not believe a damn thing you believe.
Right.
But you don't go to them for their political beliefs or their stance or their social stance. No, at least you shouldn't be. Again, you don't go to, I don't know, you don't go to a car mechanic.
Oh, it does say that. Cool.
Okay. You don't go to a car mechanic in hopes of, getting calculus tutoring. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you don't go to a musician to get their opinion on social matters, on any of that kind of stuff. That's not what you do. They're for entertainment. That's what you go to them for. Same thing applies for sports, athletes and all that jazz.
Right.
And so I'm tired of people doing this. I wish to God somebody would stand up and just say, you know what I said, and
That's it.
there's the door.
Right.
Like, you walked away because you're worried about somebody you've never met being upset. About what? That you read a book? That
Yeah.
he didn't
There was a
agree
book
with
there. That's
he
all it
didn't
was.
agree with anything. All he said was the guy was brave.
Right.
All
Because
he
read
said
it.
was that he finally got a chance to read the book. That was it. He
all.
didn't say, holy crap, this is fantastic. Oh my God, you're amazing. Oh, I wish
Like,
I could
how'd
drink
you
your
do that?
bathwater. Yeah,
Whatever.
there was nothing. There was no worship at all. It literally was, I recognize what you went through to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to getting it out. That's what it was. There was
it.
no agreement on it or anything.
Right. And the reactions from people coming out and saying like this stupid thing. One Twitter user
Mm-hmm.
replied to Marshall's tweet, and he said, "I may be naive, but quote, banjo player of Mumford & Sons comes out as a Nazi, end quote, was not a headline I foresaw."
Again, how is he?
He's not a Nazi.
How is what does agreeing with somebody? And not even agreeing. He didn't agree. He just congratulated somebody for finally, after I'm assuming years.
It's been a while.
It's been a while of being in and out of the torture and the things that this guy went through to finally get his words put out there in book form.
Right.
And you can't congratulate him on that? That doesn't
You can't
count
say,
for...
look, you did a good job, even if you don't agree. You know what? You took a lot of risk, and you wrote a book about it, and you got it out. Good job.
This is so stupid. For the results of my actions, I'm taking time away from the band to examine my blind spots. For now, please know that I realize how my endorsements have the potential to be viewed as approvals of hateful, divisive behavior, and I apologize as this was not my intention at all.
Sorry, bud, but you're just gonna have to stop now. If that's what happens, where you have you literally kowtow and back down immediately, just stop being in the public at all.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Just stop.
Then walk away, and he did.
Walk away.
Don't come back.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like if you're gonna be in the public eye and you can't stand up to a little bit of criticism, because one, you're probably getting pressured by both the studio that you're in and also your bandmates.
Yeah.
Sorry, dudes.
Yeah. No, at this point,
I didn't say anything wrong.
You know what, Mr. Marshall? Congratulations on your self-removal from society.
Yep.
And good luck on your new career at McDonald's.
Or wherever you're going to be, maybe even retired, because he probably got a cut.
Shh, no, I bet you he didn't.
He probably had a
Nope.
cut. He got a cut.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
I bet you he don't.
He's the
Because
lead guitarist
he's
and banjo
doesn't
guy.
matter. Doesn't matter. He is now a Nazi. He's racist.
Well, he still
He
has
gets
contracts.
nothing.
He
Nope.
still has contracts.
Nope. They will shut that. Bet
How?
me.
How are you going to do it?
Read fine print, son. I
Oh,
guarantee you,
Jesus.
they've got all kinds of junk in there for that.
That's why he backed down.
I know he did. He backed down to get
so
it.
that he could get his money.
They're gonna, yeah, but it's not gonna work.
Oh, but that's what it is.
The lawyers and all them on the other side will find the loophole and be like, congratulations.
Oh, godly, dude.
I know. That's my point.
To
that's
think
what,
that this is a story.
that's what makes it stupid.
I know.
I
And yeah, we're talking about it, but that's because it pissed us off.
I pine so badly for men to have backbones.
No.
So
No. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting a little bit too much
Thank
blood to
you.
have a backbone.
canceled president-elect over on the Twitters. You don't go to @Dylan Lyles if you need the maths.
That's right. You don't go
you
there.
don't go to me for that. You don't.
You don't go to actors and actresses and stars of any kind
No.
for anything political. You don't go to them.
Or social or anything. You go to them for the entertainment value. What they do beyond that,
Right. Their job is to entertain you.
yeah, that's
If
what
they
you
do anything beyond that and you accept it, that's your own fault.
Yeah, it is a hard thing. Like I've had a point where it irritates me where people are like, "Oh well," and I used to do this. I still wrestle with it severely. But it's like, "Oh well,
This person
this person doesn't agree with me. I found them. They're doing this. I can't listen to their stuff
Whatever.
anymore. I can't watch
Whatever.
your stuff anymore."
I can't watch these movies. This guy's a douche. Whatever.
And they do that with companies and all this other. Like, you know what?
Are they good actors?
Your life is gonna suck then.
Yeah. If you're going to cancel everything around you because nobody agrees with you, then obviously you're a bit too narrow.
Petty.
You're too narrow. You're too narrow. That's what it is. You're just too
Absolutely narrow for sure.
You're narrow-minded, and that's terrible for you.
yeah.
Okay? I'm not saying you have to agree, and I'm not saying you have to patronize. I'm never
No.
going to tell you to go patronize anything you don't like. But what I am saying is if you decide that you're not going to patronize something because of a disagreement politically, that's your own fault, dude. That's your own loss. Especially if it's something that's actually a really good product.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe in a lot of the stuff that Robert Downey Jr. says or does
no.
or
No.
anything.
Or most of those cats.
But I watch.
But I
Iron Man.
love their
I watch
movies.
Iron Man.
Sherlock
I'm not
Holmes?
a fan. Oh yeah, Sherlock Holmes. That was okay. I like the Cumberbatch version.
No, I do too. But if you're
Hey,
going
that's
to
another
do,
one.
if you're,
That's another one.
Yeah,
I don't
Cumberbatch.
agree with Cumberbatch and a lot of stuff he does,
nope.
but he's a good actor.
I'll watch him till he's blue in the face.
That's right. He's a good actor. I don't believe in most of these social stances of pretty much anybody that has any musical talent at all.
Or even acting, because think about it, that's a lot of them. All of them have been coming out lately saying some kind of,
99%
Yeah.
of actors and musicians have the same degree, generally the same idea of society.
Yep. And it's because they look at it through the glass of where they're at.
Or because they've been told that they can't have another opinion. If they want to keep the contract.
That's what I was going to say. I've never signed one of those contracts. I've never seen one, so I don't know what all is in there.
I don't know either. But
It
I
might
do
be
know,
something
I
that
know that
simple.
there's stuff like that.
Probably.
You know, you can't say this or this or this or this or this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to back this or this or this. You know,
Yeah.
You have to be willing to. Okay, whatever. Remember, the job of an actor is to lie.
Yep.
Believably lie. Play with your emotions and lie. That is their job.
Apparently, they're more successful than they realize.
Right.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. When is someone going to stand up to these fascist book burners? They all sound like they're reading from the same apology script. And a lot of them, I think,
They actually are given that a script. That's the script they're given.
Yeah, I think so.
They're literally given a script and say, you have to say this out loud. Take this and say it out loud.
I'm just so tired of it, dude.
I know.
I'm beyond done with this
Well,
stuff.
it's fine. You know, it's fine. It's fine because
it isn't. It's not
it is.
fine because here's the
Yeah.
deal. My mom, when I remember being a kid, and you're running around and so, my cousins would pick on me or whatever. And,
Sure, right.
And my mom would always say, if you don't want them to chase you, don't run. You don't want to be canceled. You don't want to have to step away from this stupid stuff. You don't want
run.
all this stuff. Then don't bend down.
Yep.
Don't bend over. Have your beliefs on stuff. It is actually okay
Yeah.
to feel one way, to feel that Antifa is doing things the wrong way and still believe that, the government should be socially helping people in more ways than what they're doing. It's okay. We all can disagree. That's the joy of it. We can disagree.
That's right. We can. And it's wonderful when we do, actually. It's a great thing when we disagree.
We do it the right way, yes.
Exactly. And I disagree about a lot of things. I disagree about what we're talking about next because,
What's wrong with what's next?
well, I mean, okay, let me put it this way.
Sure, spit it out.
If you think of, because we had International Women's Day on Monday.
Yeah, and we did good.
Yeah.
Shaka
we did
Khan
great.
playing and
Now,
everything.
the whole deal. Everybody was a woman on Monday.
Yeah, Burger King made it
Awkward.
fantastic. It was awkward. Nothing. That was
That was great.
Fantastic.
Actually, it was great.
It's fantastic.
It was awesome. But, who would you think of as like the most influential, iconic, one of the most influential and iconic women out there? I mean,
RuPaul.
that's a guy. Good try, though. Good try. It's close, actually. It's close.
Allegedly.
It's close.
Allegedly.
No.
Depends on what memes you're seeing about this person. Some
Great
of them are bad.
Let me just tell you the most influential arms.
Amazing arms.
Iconic arms known to man.
Really?
Yeah. Does that give you a hint? The most iconic arms out there.
Venus. Oh,
I mean, she can hit a tennis ball, but that's legs.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's definitely. Are we talking like? No, we're not talking anything like that. No, Sinead
I was like,
O'Connor
wait a
is
second,
no.
you're getting ready to actually question this?
I was gonna actually go into like a G.I. Jane reference, but
97.
who looked exactly like Sinead O'Connor when she cut her hair off like that.
Oddly
weird.
Oddly enough, Britney Spears looked just like her too. Oh,
That's crazy how that happens.
when that went down.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm drawing a blank. Most amazing arms, huh?
Yeah, most amazing arms. Yeah. First lady, former first lady, that is, Michelle Obama's.
Okay,
Michelle Maybell.
I have a question.
Yeah, what?
Completely off topic.
Michael
Michael Obama.
Mitchell.
So, why do we keep calling him First Lady?
I don't know.
Like, that's the weirdest thing. Like,
The first lady.
but it's
It's not the first lady.
But it's not the first lady.
The first lady was
Martha.
Miss Washington.
Martha Washington.
Yeah, Martha, yeah.
So
That was the first
that
lady.
was the first one.
You're the 44th lady?
Yeah, which obviously doesn't roll off the tongue.
Right.
So
and
I got
technically,
that.
if you think about all the mistresses, you're really far off.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to throw at too. So, like, is it really the First Lady?
No.
If you have the
It's
mistresses,
just
if other things come along.
It's an honorary title. How about that?
Okay, how about this one too? So if, and I'm trying to remember if Woodrow Wilson was already married when he was in office and then she died. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he married again.
Second lady.
Okay. That's what I was gonna say. Did they call the other one second lady?
No, it was the first lady.
Bullshit. She was the first. No, she was second.
She was second. She was definitely second.
She can't be first lady
because the
if
other
she's
woman,
second.
the other wife that died was the first lady.
That's what I thought. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's these are the things that run through my head. It makes no sense. I don't
It's
get
fine.
it.
It's fine. But yeah, Michelle Obama has emerged as one of the most influential and
That's a man?
iconic women.
Oh, that's not what I heard. Okay.
She has emerged as one of the most influential and iconic women
Okay.
of the 21st century.
How?
The 21st century.
Why?
That's from the National
Why?
Women's Hall
Because
of Fame.
she planted a garden
Because she was the president's wife.
because she told all these kids that they couldn't have
Lunch. They
certain
couldn't
lunches.
they
They
couldn't
couldn't have-
bring their own lunch in.
Yeah, they couldn't have pizza and corn dogs and junk. Like, oh, that's it. That's
Actually,
who
I do.
meant.
I agree with you. I
Yes,
agree with you,
Big Pharma Steve. That's who I was trying to think of, and I
Yeah,
could not remember what they
Trigglypuff.
call her. Yep, Trigglypuff. Yes,
Trigglypuff. She was definitely the most influential. Yeah,
and the
look
most
at her
iconic arms.
And look at her arms.
If she flaps those things too fast, she'll fly away.
That's
Anyway,
true.
so
it's a skin flap and a little
they're called wings.
puff plus gives you wings.
So does Red Bull.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, Michelle Obama
my bell.
heading to the National Women's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the National Women's Hall of Fame, and this is a quote, will celebrate the inclusion of these extraordinary women into the Hall of Biennial. Into the hall at the biennial in-person introduction ceremony on October 2nd, 2021, at the NWHF's new home, the recently revitalized 1844 Seneca Knitting Mill building. I want to point something very, very ironic out.
That they're at a knitting mill.
Sewing
for women?
Yeah, it's a sewing mill. Yeah.
Yeah,
A sewing and knitting mill
at least
is a revitalized thing that's now going to be in the new home of the Women's Hall of Fame.
At least it's not like a revitalized stove manufacturer.
Oh.
That would right?
Right?
That would I'm just-
Potbelly, like the original Potbelly stove.
stoves.
Because honestly, okay, think about this, right? Think about this.
Uh-huh.
Before the Potbelly stove,
It was open fire.
the Potbelly oven or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
it was open flame. Do you understand how many women died because their giant ass dress caught fire and they couldn't get it off?
Story of every woman's life is not being able to get off.
Like being a housewife and cooking in the kitchen was the most dangerous thing you could do
Yep. Not no more.
before the stove.
I'm just wondering.
Who has it? Okay, Women's Hall of Fame. Can I ask you a question? Honorary assignment of Ben Franklin?
Yeah,
Maybe?
he's not a woman.
It doesn't honorary.
Nah, it doesn't matter. They don't care. I'm just wondering, why is it that it's taken so long for her to be put into the to the Hall of Fame?
She should have been accepted the same day that former President Obama got the Nobel Peace
Now,
Prize.
again, this involves math. What is biennial? But I don't know what the time frame of that is.
Every other year?
Is that every other year?
Every other year. Yeah.
So if it's every other year,
Yeah, it's either every other year or twice a year. I think it's every other year, though. Pretty sure it's every other year. I think that's what it's going to be.
well, but I'm just wondering, like, is she the first person to get in this thing, or is it one
Oh,
that
no. She's just,
There's others.
She's just new.
She's just new.
Yeah.
Well, then why did it take so long?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's what it is.
This hour brought to you by American Pride Roasters Coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
That's
Check it.
American Pride Roasters.
That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth.
It's a delicious.
It's so fantastic. Get your order in today. Check out all the great stuff they have over there.
Much better than the sludge I'm drinking right now.
Yeah. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Check out all the stuff we got going there, the archives and the shows shop and all that fun jazz. Follow us on all social medias at DOAE Show. Go to mojo50.com. Tell those guys, hey, they got other great shows and hosts. Stuff that you're missing out of if you're not listening. Missing out on a lot.
Anyway, guys.
We'll be back in a minute.
Okay, so if it's actually twice a year,
Wouldn't that be? I thought it was semi-annual then. I did. I thought that was. Or
so bi meaning 2.
yeah, I got that. But semi-annual is also 2.
Right. Semi can also mean 2.
So I didn't know. That's why I got confused. I'd never seen biannual.
But then again, you have pretty much every retail store saying semi-annual sales.
Yeah,
And they throw it out like every other
6
month.
Well, but it's every
other.
It's meant to be every 6 months, but yeah, it's
They
every
throw
other
it like
month.
every 3 or 4 months. So I mean, semi can actually mean more than 2.
I don't know.
Biennial is okay, but still, it's taken how many of these meetings now?
Yeah. I mean, that's just even worse. How many times have they come together and like, what about Michelle Obama? No, we're not going to get her this time. Not this time. She's not ready.
She's not ready.
Since she's left office, her arms have not been quite so toned.
They need to be toner.
Toner, and I don't even know her. Oh. It's one of the good fun jokes.
Really is. Really is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Whoa. Yep. Sitting on this couch makes things a lot more.
Stretch.
Well, that's nice too. Don't get me wrong. But on the other hand,
That's why I'm sitting up.
I'm like tired.
Well, yeah, but I'm sitting up.
I can't.
I am. I have to.
I can't.
If I
Because
don't sit up, I'm going to sit down and relax. And it's gonna
that's where I'm at. I'm at the relaxing stage.
Yeah, I'm going to stretch.
All I need now is Grubhub to send me my food and
Oh, yeah.
talk to the girlfriends, and I'm done.
Uh-huh.
Sit in front of a
Oh,
laptop or
gosh.
something and watch some TVs,
Talvus. I might as well,
some cartoons.
I might as well put something on this screen because, I can't actually sit anything in front of the TV. Like, there's nothing on TV anymore.
No, and it's hard to find it, and you got to deal with all the commercials and crap.
I hate commercials. God, do I hate commercials.
I do too, but then, like, you're still paying for them.
I know.
Especially if you have, like, Hulu. Like, that irritates me.
You're paying for it.
I'm paying you to have this service, so why are you getting all this buku money?
And then sending me commercials.
Like, arguably,
yeah.
stuff, especially like Hulu, is worse than the cable companies, I think.
Well, you're still paying the cable company, too. And
Yeah,
you're paying
but-
them more.
Mm,
You're paying the cable company more for less.
you get, no, not necessarily. You get to watch what you want. You get to have the HBOs. You can have
Yeah.
all this stuff.
yeah, but
Whereas
you
on
still have to
Hulu,
pay
like,
them
we'll
more.
have, like, we're doing just this shows. Oh, these shows are gone.
Yeah, but I'm saying you still have to pay them more. More a month.
I don't know.
And while we do actually watch,
maybe for right now, but I feel like we're heading in a direction that's not going to
everybody's going to merge back into cable
well,
someday.
not it could be merging to cable necessarily, but that it's going to be a point. There was a point where like
There
Hulu
has
and
to be the a la
Netflix
carte.
was better,
Yeah.
and now it's getting to a point where like it really is not going to
No,
make a
it's
hill
about
of
the
beans
same
either
because
way.
They're making it their own content now, but they're still doing the commercials.
Right.
And Netflix is starting to be very, very, very centered around pedophilia, which is weird.
Yeah,
We need to get her out of that. That's got to be.
which sucks because there's still a lot of stuff that comes out that's really good on.
Yeah, and like if you
Netflix.
have a VPN, you can get everything. Like you can literally watch anything if you have a VPN on Netflix.
I know, which I
You
don't.
just have to know which country it's in.
Yeah, which you can look up on the internet.
I'm gonna get a VPN.
I would like to one day.
The only thing is I can't connect it to my TV
Why not?
because it's I'd have to somehow find a way to utilize the VPN before it got to the router.
Oh,
Yeah.
so basically you have to catch it here and then
Yeah.
throw it.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
Breakdown. What?
You want to do it?
Do what? Bruh. The
Sorry,
three-toed bruh.
brood.
The Broad.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the three-toed broad. What?
Nothing.
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah. It's good times.
You
You want to answer that?
No, I don't, because I can neither confirm nor deny, because I've never given said individual a physical.
All I'm saying, Aerosmith.
And
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
okay.
So going from terrible, nasty, but great arms to actually not terribly look at.
No,
Very good looking. But Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who's a Democrat from Hawaii.
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 It's Hawaii.
Compared those who engaged in cancel culture to Islamists
Good.
during an interview with
Good.
This Week on Fox News, saying that they are similar in terms of wanting to ban ideas that are a threat to them.
Oh, yes. See, this is a perfect example of a human being that we don't fully agree with on all these levels.
But
But
she came up with some good stuff.
she did. I completely agree with this. And the stuff that she doesn't, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm all right with that.
Well, yeah. Quote, when you look at the foundation of our democracy,
We're not a democracy.
it is based on the ideal that the principle of freedom of speech, freedom for every single one of us to be able to share our ideas and debate them, to argue them, to agree or disagree, to pick or choose in this marketplace of ideas, those that we deem to be right or wrong, to be superior or inferior, and even for those ideas that we may be misleading or dangerous. That is the free market. We have the right to then defeat those ideas with superior ones. Cancel culture is the opposite of this. It is the exact opposite of this foundational principle of our democracy. It means that in a cancel culture,
In a cancel culture.
you have some people who believe that they're special and that they are superior and that they have the power to be able to shut down those who have ideas and views that they're different, who may follow a path that they deem to be wrong. And they will therefore say, no, we're going to place obstacles in front of you. We're going to silence certain voices so that only those who agree with us and the path that we deem to be the right path as the one that is to be chosen.
Okay. It's
It's
true.
a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
A lot of words.
Again, in a nutshell, you act.
But then again, she is a lady, and they have a lot of words.
They do.
They have a lot of words.
Bless them.
Yep.
No, but
Lots of words.
she's right.
Uh-huh.
She's right.
Almost right.
Well, almost right.
Almost
but I'm
right.
saying I'm going from the angle of like it's a majority. She's right. Like when you start having the relations between the not Nazis,
Yeah.
the Al Qaeda and ISIS and all them.
Mhm.
These are the same people that oh, you're gay, I'm going to throw you off of a building.
Right.
You're a Christian, we're going to make you either recant or pay a tax, which they don't usually end up doing, or,
Yeah,
or
no,
we're
they
going to
don't.
kill you.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Uh-huh.
Because they're different.
You're paying a tax for being different than me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as how it,
Right. And that's actually what we just saw happen. Mumford and Sons, whatever lead guitarist. He's now paying a tithe. He's paying a tax to society because he doesn't believe the same way, or he showed that he may have potentially agreed with somebody that they didn't want him to agree with.
And so what? So what? Who cares?
Right.
Who cares if you don't agree with somebody?
Exactly. That's the point. The point of what we do, the point of why we talk, the point of having discussions is so that we can have conversations and disagree until the best one comes out. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm doing two different things at one time.
You're distracting me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract you. No. Here's the thing with this that's frustrating is Cancel culture is they're slowly whittling everything away. Everything away. I've heard that Pepe Le Pew apparently is on the chopping block now.
Not just on the chopping block. He's
gone.
chopped.
He's gone.
He's chopped.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And because he's offensive to women. He's
Yep.
he sexual harassment and misogynistic and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
it was viewed that way then too.
That was the joke.
That was the joke of Pepe Le Pew.
But then,
Not only was he French, but he was a French misogynist womanizer.
yeah. But here's the deal. You're happy, and I've seen this kind of stuff, and I've seen comments similar to this. People are happy that he's gone now because their children are safe. Thank God. So now these kids can go and play Grand Theft Auto, where they can now actually have sex with a hooker in the game.
Right. And be a womanizer
And
in
then,
the game.
and then turn around and kill her so he can get the money back plus whatever she may actually be carrying on top of it, because that's not a problem.
No, that's not a problem at all. But that's in the games. That's games. That's just games. There's nothing wrong with that. That's games.
Why? What's the difference? Are
One's a cartoon, and that's that's an influence.
is either one of them real?
Well, one's a cartoon, and that's an influence.
But is either one of them real?
Well, one's a cartoon.
Is either one of them reality?
One's a cartoon,
I got that.
and it's an influence.
It's not an influence. Hold on. Really? Looney Tunes is an influence.
Of course.
On who? Who's watching Looney Tunes nowadays? I've tried getting my kids to watch it, and they're like,
they hate it.
it's not that they hate it, but like they'll
It's
go
boring.
Like, after a while, they get bored with it and they go away. And I'm like, I'll let this thing play on a loop for hours and hours and hours.
Of course,
and
it's
hours
because you were
on end.
raised on it.
Exactly. So who is it influencing? Because I know I'm not running around and grabbing women and oh madame.
I'm also not going to the Acme Corp and buying anvils. What's the problem here? All right,
You're not chasing roadrunners across the desert.
I'm not buying rockets and strapping them onto my skates.
You're not You're not walking off of cliffs just so you can look around and turn around and run back.
Right, which is obviously real.
That it is. If they say
You have 10 seconds.
no,
You have 10 seconds from the time that you run off a cliff to run back.
I'd be testing fate on that one. See how far I could get out before I could get back. As long as I get to the edge where I can get my hands to grip it, I'll be all right.
All right,
I got it. Woo! This is it, you're getting rid of this. I mean, it's so stupid. What are you going to have?
And
You're canceling this stuff for what?
nothing. For nothing. Just because.
Like, but that's what I'm saying.
Just because.
You're not. There's no consistency. There's there's nothing like that. At least to be completely fair with it, if people would be more inclined and willing to go along with some of this stuff, if it was consistent.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? If you're going to get rid of Pepe Le Pew because he's a misogynist, because he's aggressive towards women, because he's all of this other stuff, okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
So let's start going now then. If that's bad,
Yep.
if that's bad, again, forget the fact that you can't legislate morality and you can't force it into the culture. Like if you don't like something, you have to change it. You have to make that change.
Right.
You have to do all that stuff. You raise your kids to not be like that, blah, blah, blah. And it takes time. It's not going to be overnight and instantaneous. But if you're going to turn around and say, get rid of Pepe Le Pew because of, whatever BS they're trying to say,
Right.
then you have to start finding where, draw your lines and then go through every single thing and get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's the only way to be fair. And if you do that, I promise, like from me personally, I will have greater respect for people who do that
Uh-huh.
than people who turn around and just kind of want to waffle back and forth. Well, that one's okay because I'm okay with that, but that one isn't. and
That's not, no, that's not good.
I want to change things.
Big Farmer Steve over there on the Twitters. I think Jessica Rabbit said it best. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. That was from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No, I know them. I know the movie very
Yeah,
well.
It's a good movie.
Yes, she is. I mean, it was. It was. Arguably the most scantily clad and sexiest woman drawn in next to like, Japanese hentai, obviously, but
Right. And you are
an old man.
okay. B from the SAV also over there on the Twitters. Unpopular opinion. Not a fan of Tulsi Gabbard. She She does things that appear good. But to me, it's like choosing raw bacon because the only other option is dog poop. Compared to the average run-of-the-mill Democrat, however, agreed. She looks like a Greek goddess. In comparison
I was gonna say, but you're comparing that
to the run-of-the-mill average
and that's
Democrat. Once again, you know what? Yep, your analogy works.
yeah.
Your analogy works. It may be raw bacon, but at least you can cook it.
I wonder, does raw bacon still taste somewhat like bacon?
Yeah.
Does it?
It does.
I don't know. I've been too afraid to try it.
It does. Smells exactly like it tastes.
I know it smells like it. I just didn't know if it tasted
It
like it.
tastes like it smells.
If it does,
When you cook it, though,
oh my, oh boy,
that's when it changes. That's the
when-
change. That's when we make the change.
it's when it matures.
Yeah. Now it may be raw, but is it raw and smoked?
See, I was gonna say, like,
If it was smoked, it's already preserved. and
I
you can go
I
ahead
would
and just
have
chew
to
it up.
say that given the option between
Poop.
dog poop and
Raw
raw
bacon.
bacon, that's not a choice, really. That's not a tough
I've
one.
I've had some bacon that I pretty much considered raw.
Yeah, it's not.
Like it happens every now and again where people cook it wrong.
You like yours crunchy?
No, I
Oh.
like it. So I do like the crunch. Well, so there's two ways,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it's a lot of fat on there,
Yes,
I'd rather prefer the crunchy because then the fat just literally melts in your mouth.
that's true. That's
You know,
true.
you get that one piece of fat that's just like that bubble of fat
Yeah,
on the
that
end.
takes
and
up a third of the bacon.
Yeah, and you bite that and it just melts.
yeah,
And
Okay.
that's delicious.
yeah.
But I would rather have slightly softer. Like you can overcook the bacon to make it too hard.
That's true.
You can make the bacon too hard. I don't like rubbery I don't like dead fish bacon.
Oh no, why? That's me.
Oh, no, I can't do the
That's
dead fish
me.
bacon. No, dead fish like if I have to slurp up my bacon, I'm not no.
No, no.
If I have to
say
slurp it up like
it,
if I slurp it up like a freaking noodle because I can't hold it.
because I'm okay. So I'm used.
If I can't hold my bacon,
If I pick it up, it better at least still while it's hot. It better go.
yeah, at least while it's hot. I that's fine. Like
Once
you
it
pick-
cools, there needs to be a
it
little.
hardens a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't like the like. I've been married to people who
Burn it.
burn it. Like it looks like bacon,
And it smells like it
but you pick up the piece and it's a solid, stiff thing. And if you drop it, it shatters.
into a million pieces.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
that, I hate that.
No,
that's
no.
nasty. To
Like
me.
I said, I like that giant bubble on the end of the piece of bacon.
the fatty part.
that
yeah.
that melts in your mouth, just dissolves perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
And if you have more fat on the bacon, I want it cooked a little bit longer so that it has that.
I could go there.
But if I pick up my bacon after it's sat on a plate for a minute, if I pick up my bacon and it just no. If it starts to bend, that's whatever. But if it, the bacon test, you hold a piece of bacon out and you hold it, you hold it out like this,
Okay.
and if it stays straight, that's one thing. But if it starts to mold out,
Yeah, depending on the size of it and everything. I know.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, as long as it's not like a cracker, because like I said, I know some folks that will do it like a cracker. I was taught to cook bacon to where you cook it to
Render the fat.
Yeah, basically, you'll watch it shrink up,
And once it shrinks,
and once it's done shrinking, you flip it over for like a minute, and that's how you do it. It's done.
You're right. Your plan worked. Bacon talk. Beef from the SAV.
He's like, I don't want to listen to this crap,
No.
Tulsi Gabbard and
Well, you know
cancel
what?
culture. Let's talk bacon.
She did continue, though, and I'm going to go right back to it now. So, quote, let's look down the path and say, okay, well, where does cancel culture lead us? Huh? You see,
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
right. You see, the final expression of cancel culture is in Islamist terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, who basically go and behead those who they deem to be infidels or heretics, or silence them in order to protect others from being misled in the eyes of ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
That's what it said.
That's what she said,
I did say that.
and she said it too.
Yeah, it's the same. It's almost like we're thinking the same.
And it's true.
It is very true.
It's very, very true.
Because There's
like-
no agreements.
right.
There's nothing wrong with having different opinions,
Correct.
different tastes,
Yep.
different understandings of things. We're all different. God made every single human being different. We're not exactly the same as the person next to you. Is across from you. None of that. You may have a lot of similarities, but you're never going to be identical. Why? Because God understands the difference and the awesomeness of variety. If everything was exactly the same, do you realize how boring life would be? There would be zero enjoyment, because there's always something that you don't like that makes what you do like better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vacations are amazing. Why?
Because
you work your ass off throughout the year to be able to get that opportunity to be able to go. You go through, work and savings and all of this other stuff to have that moment to go spend that time with your family, to go do whatever it is that you want to do. That's what makes it awesome.
Yep.
It's just incredible to me. And I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You're
Yeah,
right.
That's fine.
That's what it is.
So,
So,
everybody's doing things now. Everything nowadays is done
digitally,
virtually.
everything is all on
Saw a thing that
Zoom and
I saw a thing the other day, or not today. It was actually today when we were out. They had a sign for a virtual beer tasting.
virtual beer tasting.
How the hell that works, I don't know.
You have to buy it yourself.
That's what I figure. I mean, somebody
You
hinted
have
at
to
it,
go buy all of it.
but it just the wording of it, like,
Oh, that's terrible.
it's dumb. How do you virtually taste it?
I can't virtually taste beer.
No, I can't either. Anyway, but everything's done virtually, which includes courts,
Right.
divorces, or whatever.
Anything else going on?
It's all done pretty much virtually. You sit at home or you sit at wherever you're at on your Skype, on your Zoom, and
Yep.
woohoo!
All there through.
A Michigan domestic violence defendant found himself in potentially hotter water when it was discovered during a virtual hearing that he was inside the home of his girlfriend, who accused him of beating her.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, he was in her home.
Like they were on the court call.
She was at work, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, no, I'm here."
But
And it was-
where are you?
And it was discovered that he was in the house.
Oh,
The call is coming from in the house.
that's not good.
No. Kobe Harris, 21, allegedly.
Sorry.
No, you're closer. Allegedly assaulted his girlfriend in her Sturgis residence in February 9, according to Fox News. Harris was charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that we had to get that specific.
Yeah, we have to.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Felony carrying as much as 10 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
Right.
But because of had habitual
Okay.
because
three.
English is hard, I can't
Yep.
speak.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Three.
Because he's an habitual offender.
Habitual.
And habitual.
A.
Habitual. You drop the H. It's classy.
No, it's not.
It's classy to drop the H's.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's a habitual offender. Happy now?
Yes.
The sentence would be 15 years. That is according to the news station. Virtual hearing took place on March 2nd, which can be viewed on Judge Jeffrey Middleton's YouTube channel.
Wait, he has a YouTube channel?
The judge does, yes.
That's awesome.
The WOOD, Wood, is the Fox affiliate. That's the news thing out there.
Wow.
Said the hearing has to be, or was to determine if Harris should stand trial. But before the hearing, Assistant St. Joseph County Prosecutor Deborah Davis was tipped off that Harris might be at his accuser's home in a different room during the virtual session. About 7 minutes into the hearing, Harris disappeared from the Zoom call, and his girlfriend turned her head to the right, and apparently Davis grew suspicious. Your Honor, this is a quote, Your Honor, I have reason to believe the defendant is in the same apartment as the complaining witness right now, and I'm extremely scared for her safety. The fact that she is looking off to the side and he is moving around, I want some confirmation that she is safe before we continue. And with that, the judge asked Harris's girlfriend for her location, to which she initially replied, I'm at a house.
Oh, she wasn't at work.
Nope, that was my fault. I was looking at the wrong picture in the picture. When the judge asked a specific address, she said, "It's my house." And he again asked the address, and she finally gave it. The judge then asked Harris for his location, and he gave a different address. Then the judge came up with a clever way of determining whether Harris was telling the truth, ordering him to go outside with his phone and display the street number affixed to the dwelling so the others in the Zoom call can see it. Harris stuttered a tad before saying he didn't think his phone had the charge for such a task, after which Davis shook her head from side to side in apparent disbelief.
Nice.
At that point, Davis told those on the Zoom call that the police were at the moment outside the girlfriend's apartment knocking at the door. The judge asked for the girlfriend to answer the door, to which Davis requested the girlfriend take her phone with her so everyone could see she was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend was seen walking to her front door and apparently speaking to police. Then her thumbnail disappeared from the Zoom screen. Harris soon began looking around the room he was in. He got up and began walking. His image also disappeared from the screen.
Wow.
Davis suggested that the judge at the hearing be adjourned and that his bond be revoked. And it was appeared that he was at his girlfriend's residence.
Well, why did she let him in?
Several minutes later, Harris showed up on the call again, this time via his girlfriend's phone. With a cigarette flapping between his lips, he was being handcuffed. Or while he was being handcuffed, Harris told the judge that he and his girlfriend don't want no contact. "I asked that to be dropped. I'm sorry I lied to you. I knew the cops were outside. I don't know why I lied to you." Yeah, you do, because you tried to get out of being in trouble. Why does anybody lie?
Right, to get out of trouble, yeah.
The judge said, "Mr. Harris, my advice is don't say anything else. Take the cigarette out of your mouth. The hearing is adjourned. Your bond is canceled." Quote, "We're serious as a heart attack." This is the judge talking. "The first time I've ever had anyone sitting in the next room potentially intimidating a witness of assault, great bodily harm." When Harris protested, the judge cut him off and said, "You hit bottom and you continuing to dig." So now he's facing obviously more charges.
Once again, I have to ask the question.
Sure.
Why did she let him in?
Well, having never been a woman, I don't think. Having never been a woman and having never been in a situation, I've seen that kind of stuff happen, but having never been experienced that personally, it's really not that hard. I say it's not that hard. Once you can be intimidated, once that torture, that
mindset.
Yeah, that person has that control over you. It is very, very, very hard to break, even once the process has been started.
Like once the process of starting the breakup,
yeah,
like actually getting you into jail, forcing you into positions that you cannot. Legally, he should be nowhere near this woman.
Yeah,
he is obviously breaking that rule. He is obviously breaking those bonds, and you're going to I get it.
Yeah,
she was under duress.
Yeah,
and that makes sense. But my question is, how did he get into the house?
Oh, it could have been any kind of way. He could have broke in. He could have.
If she allowed him in, then I'm sorry, but there's a problem with her as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not her fault, because
right.
Again, it's in deep.
It is. Yeah, but so here's the thing. I understand battered women syndrome and stuff like that. I get it. I've never experienced it, obviously, because I'm not a woman, and I'm not battered. But I read it.
It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand if you're not.
Yeah, if you're not in it, I get it. It's an emotional state.
Again, for us and for anybody outside of it, logic dictates
don't.
You don't let them in. You don't open the door.
It's
stupid. Yeah, you get out. But then again, if you think about it, a lot of people have that same feeling of, well, I would never let it get to that point in the first place. And some people are right. You probably wouldn't.
Right.
But some people, it does happen, and they
it
don't
gets-
pay. Yeah, and once you're there, there's no coming back. It's
I get
sad.
that. I understand that. And that's what's upsetting to me. You know, this woman is in that position, and she technically helped herself get there.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Because she may not have realized that she helped herself get there.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
Like she walked herself into that situation eventually. You know what I mean?
Sadly.
Right? You know what I mean?
sadly. Yeah.
It sucks. But she did. And I feel bad for her.
No, I do too.
That's terrible. Nobody should ever go through that. Nobody should have to go through that. But obviously people are terrible, horrible monsters. It's like, okay, we were watching an anime with the kids. And they were like, why would people do that? And I was like, well, the idea behind this anime is that people are the real monsters.
Yeah.
People are the real monsters.
People are the real monsters.
Yeah. People are the real monsters.
People are the real monsters.
Soylent Green is people.
This is Defenders Live.
All right, that's fine. We'll do that.
I was just making sure we're on the same. Okay, so that
that
was pointless.
Yeah,
So the
we're-
distraction was
That's your own fault.
all for naught.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Are you good? Are we understood?
Gotcha. Yeah. No.
We're in the
I
same vein
no.
now?
I'm good. I'm just. Bella's starting to growl.
That's
Fat
fine.
boy need to eat.
Gotcha. I got
Adam W. Dungeon over on Twitter, speaking from a law enforcement experience, a lot of temporary restraining orders or TRO violations get caught because the couple got back together voluntarily while the order was in place. They likely rolled out of bed together and then went to court.
Once again, if you file it, you filed it.
But again, we don't
Don't let him in.
You're right again, but for some people,
Emotion
the damage,
breaks logic. I know.
the damage is very deep.
I know.
And you
Emotion
can't-
never plays for logic. I get it.
No,
It's-
and especially, and this is not a dig on it, but especially for women who are emotional creatures.
Yes, I know.
So,
I know. I'm just bothered by it. I'm bothered by a lot of this stuff because I don't think that way.
yeah, I know.
That's
But again, we're
it's weird.
guys. I don't think that way either.
Right.
I
Right.
I come
don't-
from
Yeah.
my thought process. My brain says no. We're gonna.
That's not a good idea. Don't do that.
You have fight or flight, and that's what kicks in. And
You
for-
don't fight or flight and then go back and have sex
No.
with the same thing that you were trying to run away from
No.
or fight.
But I've seen it. I have seen it firsthand. Like you get the, oh no, don't. I love you. I'm so sorry. Oh no, don't. I love you. I'm so sorry we got this way. I'm so. Like I've seen that. I've seen that happen. And a lot of these people, they want it to be right. They want it to get fixed. I just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm there. I got you.
There's a lot of factors we don't. It's easy for us to kind of point and go, yeah, well, you should never go back, you dummy. But
yeah,
we're,
I get it.
you
I
know,
understand.
until you're there,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying. I'm just
saying. Not saying, just saying.
Yeah, South Carolina, Senator Tim Scott, he's saying something.
A lot of stuff.
On Tuesday, responded to a disparaging comment from MSNBC and the host Joy Reid.
Another Joy Reid story.
Yes.
Oh, look at
yes.
that.
That's a twofer. Twice in 1 week, actually. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
She accused the senator of appearing at the GOP press conference about the minimum wage to make Republicans appear more diverse.
More diverse, huh?
Yeah. Quote, woke supremacy is as bad as white supremacy. That is according to Senator Tim Scott.
I agree.
Yeah. He told that to Trey Gowdy. We need to take this seriously, he followed up with. He added that people who lack common sense should read the Bible verse Matthew 5:44. That verse states, "But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you."
That's very true.
It is. Last week, Reid, commenting on a press conference held by Republican senators expressing their opposition to increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour, said that Scott was there to provide, quote, "a petnia of diversity."
A patina?
That's what I said.
Continue on.
I am. At the time, Scott's press secretary, Caroline Ederreg.
Andreg?
That's what I said. You know what? You want to do this shit by yourself?
No, obviously
I
not.
feel like I love this situation we have it set up in, but it's further away. I'm starting to feel like my eyes are getting like on a serious note. My eyes are starting to get
a little bit harder to read.
It's getting bad.
You're going to need glasses to read.
No, I could read that, but
you
it's
need readers.
I need the computer ones because it's all
like the blue lights.
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's bugging
okay.
me and it's making it hard to read.
I
for me.
gotcha.
Anyway, this press secretary said that the senator is not a prop. Quote, "Unsurprising, someone like Joy would stoop that low. I guess that's what you do in the absence of substantive policy critique."
Oh, sick bird.
The senator has been leading the fight against the misguided Dem wage hikes for weeks. End quote.
Yeah.
Before Scott appeared on the program of Fox News Primetime, host Trey Gowdy took a moment to condemn Joy Reid's remarks. Quote, "Tim Scott is a United States senator who worked his tail off to be part of nearly every significant policy conversation this country has. He can stand wherever the hell he wants to stand in any group he wants to stand with because he's earned the right to be there." End quote.
That's very true.
That's fantastic. I've always liked Trey Gowdy.
Yeah.
I don't fully agree with a lot of stuff
Yes,
that he
I agree.
does.
Yeah, I'm there with
But
you.
you have to give the man some credit. The man doesn't. He don't give a flying fig about nothing.
Oh no,
He wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
that's very true.
I'm just like, wow. The fact that you see a black man as a prop, Joy Reid, says a lot more about you than it does about Tim Scott.
Yes.
I see a United States senator, and if you really interested in unity or fair treatment or respect of civil discourse, that's what you would see too. End quote.
Well, that's the funny thing because we talked about this when she was getting all butthurt earlier this week about stuff.
Not butthurt.
Yeah, she was getting all butthurt about the fact that, she believes that every Republican, no matter who they are, would rather just say the N-word than have tax breaks. And no offense, but those are two very different things.
And a load of crap.
And a complete load of crap.
A giant steaming pile of fecal matter.
A very large pile of steaming fecals.
At last week's press conference, Scott explained that the minimum wage hike the minimum wage will increase costs of businesses, leading only to cut jobs they can't afford to pay for and increasing unemployment during the pandemic.
Well, yes, of course, because when you increase the rate of pay, you now decrease the amount of money somebody can spend because they have to pay more for what they've already been paying for.
Weird how that works out, huh?
Yeah.
Quote, "This is the furthest distance between common sense and democratic policies.
It's close.
In the middle of the pandemic, where nearly 11 million Americans have already lost their jobs, the last thing you do is increase the cost of business, which will, according to the CBO, will at least shutter 1.4 million jobs."
Because they're almost bankrupt as it is. Maybe let's do this. Before we decide to push a $15 minimum wage, which we should never do in the first place, before we
No.
decide to change anything about the government deciding how much money people should make, how about the government release all its restrictions on those businesses?
That makes too much sense.
Make it so that the businesses can actually grow.
Stop talking common sense.
Because when you
No one cares.
Well, yeah, but when you
No one
allow
listens.
businesses to grow, they then hire more people.
But if you allow them to do what they think is best and suits their businesses and whatever the best,
And they win or fail on their own accord.
how does one control them then? If they're allowed to be free to choose as they need to and do what they need to, then how do you have control over
That's
them?
called the free market.
But how do you control them?
You're not supposed to.
No, that's not true.
You're not supposed to. There's not supposed to be a controller. There's the market itself is the controller.
No.
Morals that run people's lives, along with the market, the quote unquote invisible hand of the market, not the invisible hand of the government. The invisible hand of the market controls what does and does not work based upon the value that it presents.
No. That's not true.
Well, that would be true if we didn't have a government system that we do.
Anyway,
Continuing on.
I was saying we could go through the long list of all that crap. I just
But that's right. The wokeness is worse. Honestly, it's worse than white supremacy. Woke supremacy is worse because woke supremacy will lead very, very, very soon to exactly what we talked about earlier. Silencing of all peoples.
because that works so well.
Just look at
Mumford and Sons.
Mumford and Sons. Look at
Or is it now Son?
oh.
Is that too soon?
I think there's more than 3 people, so
So it would still be Sons?
yes. I think it's 4 guys.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
Maybe
none of them,
it is,
none
but
of them are
that's-
sons of Mumford.
How do you know?
They're all the same age-ish group. They're all in the same age group. Got to be pretty quick on that one.
Maybe maybe the agent
Is Mumford?
is Mumford
But,
and the band is his sons.
well, wouldn't it just be Mumford's sons? Because Mumford is never presented.
That we know of. Watch one of them be the actual Mumford.
And then sons just be like a general term for boys.
Yeah. Like the old, like the old not trucking business per se, but like
I'm sorry.
painters or movers.
I hear Mumford and Sons, and all I can think of is Sanford and Son.
I know.
That's all I can think of.
Every time I keep
time.
saying Mumford and Sons, I hear it. Dun-dun-dun,
All I think of is Sanford and Son, and then I'm like, oh well, we're going to TV Land now. What's Mumford and Son? It's an old TV show, obviously.
You young people don't know anything
You
about
don't know
Sanford
anything
and
about
Son.
Mumford and Sons.
Not
Yeah.
even a little bit.
No, you guys think it's a band. It's not a band, it's a TV show.
They're movers from across the
Shut
street.
up. That's All My Sons Moving Company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the one, yeah. That's
That's
how
what
they
I'm
do it.
saying.
So, Mexico's decided to stand a little bit. They've now appeared. A wild Mexico has appeared in the field.
What? Sorry, I was.
A wild Mexico has appeared.
I have to do this. I think.
No, what are you
not this
doing?
one. I have to wait. No, we were talking about it, and I
put it up on the thing.
can't put it up on the thing.
Well, don't put it up then, because it's gonna sound terrible.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. We've done this before.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
See, it's not even catching that. That's
It's not
the bad-
catching it, so you don't just let it go.
Not fair.
Let it
Anyway, whatever.
Let it go. Yeah, a wild Mexico has appeared in the political scheme.
A wild Mexico.
A wild Mexico, because they just randomly appeared. There's Mexico finally saying.
Wait a
shit.
minute. No, hold on. What?
This is a Pokemon reference, bud.
I was gonna say,
Catch up.
is it a wild one? Or how do we know it's wild, or is it tame?
Because nobody's controlling it.
So we haven't caught it all yet.
It's not caught.
It's not been caught.
Right. It's a wild.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, it's not caught.
Do we have any Pokeballs to?
No, it's a Master Ball. You have to have a Master Ball for the Mexican one.
So now it's a whole nother theme.
I know it's a
song that they
thing.
should be playing.
Anyway.
And not from the TV show. You have to do it from the video game.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway, so Mexico.
Yeah, so Americans living in the border states are not the only ones who are being harmed by Biden's administrative border crisis. The government officials in Mexico are feeling some pain now, and they're not happy about it.
Oh, of course not, because they've been living a life of corruption for so long and doing it so well that
Doing it well.
yeah, that there's no reason for them to want to see that end. They've
Right.
taken years of lying and murder and all this
Death
stuff
and
to,
destruction.
yeah,
and,
to get
you
it-
know, drugs and all the
yeah,
rest of it.
to build themselves to this spot. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, Reuters reported on Wednesday that Mexico's government is concerned that the Biden administration's lenient approach to illegal immigrants and their enforcement of that has both resulted in an untenable level of migration and created business for violent gangs and drug cartels.
now you're worried about you mean the Mexican cartel?
The drug cartels, yeah.
Yeah, the
specifically.
Mexican
Mexican drug cartels. Yeah, it's created a big boom in business. For
How
them.
are you worried about it now when it literally has the name of the nation in the title?
Well, according to the internal assessments and intelligence gathering seen by the news agency, dangerous gangs are reportedly taking advantage of the U.S.'s measures that incentivize migration by diversifying smuggling methods and winning over migrants as clients.
But again, now they're dangerous.
Now it's a problem. Yeah,
gangs.
now it's an issue.
They've been plaguing people on the border for years.
Coyotes are a big thing.
They've been taking over land. They've been murdering people.
They've been
beheading
building tunnels.
Yes, and now because it's
Now.
affecting you, Mexico. Oh. Well, you know what maybe we should do is just then maybe keep this open, let this thing just ride itself out, and then maybe Mexico will put a stop to it for us.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah. The Biden administration's intent on turning the page of former President Donald Trump's tougher stance toward illegal immigration has unwittingly created a full-blown crisis at the southern border.
Full-blown crisis.
Full-blown crisis.
Now-
Since coming into power, the unprecedented number of migrants continue to surge into the U.S. and the anticipation and being received with open arms.
Here's the thing, though, and I get that it's not exact, but isn't his administration rather similar to that of Obama? So how come Obama's wasn't a full-blown crisis at the southern border?
Because, okay, so this is the funny thing about that. The Obama administration was openly welcoming, but
But
behind the scenes, he was actually he was deporting people left and right. That is the one caveat I will give to Obama.
so he was letting him in the front door and
Kicking him right back out.
It's a literally revolving door.
Yeah. So where we say like all the 8 years of Obama, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got rid of more. He deported more people than Bush did.
Okay.
Obama deported more people than Bush.
He also let more in, though.
Right. But he also deported more. So once again, yes, it's a revolving door, but at least the reason why it balanced out was because he was still pushing people out.
He's such an idiot. The whole thing is just so stupid.
Yeah, of course he is, and it's stupid. But you can look at it and say that he did let the agencies do their job and deport these people, whereas Biden
is adamantly against
completely against deportation, completely against, or at least the people that are controlling Biden are completely against all these things because they want this crisis. They want all of these added pressures because the more added pressure you have, the more inept Joe Biden seems, and the easier it is to throw Kamala Harris back into the run.
Yeah. Wow. It's sometimes when you actually take a moment to kind of piece everything out and kind of at least, and obviously we don't know full intentions of full things of where they're going, but
Right.
you could kind of start connecting dots and going, you know what, maybe we're headed. It after a while, the ball of twine just gets so convoluted, and you forget which string you're chasing, and it just starts to give you a headache after a while, and makes you wonder, like, why couldn't we understand why, because confusion
breeds,
Yeah.
more confusion.
Breeds corruption. But
yeah.
I've always wondered why a normal person, and again, that's the
Yeah.
problem, is I'm trying to put logic to
Normal.
normal, and there's no.
Well,
such thing.
there's no such thing as normal anymore in America. So.
Yeah. Big Pharma Steve over on Twitter has kind of got that. Dangerous gangs, you say,
Oh yeah.
as opposed to the mostly peaceful gangs elsewhere, like a gang of nuns or something nice versus I think it's PS-13.
MS-13.
Yeah, or whatever the Mexicans are called.
Yeah, the MS-13. Yeah.
Yeah, it's MS-13.
Mm-hmm.
I think PS-13 is the new edition of the PlayStation that's coming out next year.
Yeah, that's the new one. That's the newest
It's
one.
the PS-13.
PS-13. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be all virtual.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna, you're gonna have the ability to literally put yourself into a game. It's not just like putting on stuff and going, oh wow, I can turn my head. Like it'll have like if you get hit, you'll feel like you get hit.
Yeah.
It'll, it's a full body suit.
Full
almost.
body suit, and you like have to just lay there.
Yeah, you can. Well, you don't lay there. You will stand because you'll have to move. But it'll be you'll feel a punch against your chest, or you'll feel wind blowing on you, or whatever. So,
yeah. Well, that is one thing. So, also on the Twitters, Ken from Newsweek.
Ken from Newsweek
On the Twitters, at DOA Show. Sanford and Son. Then Pokemon. Man, just appealing to all the generations tonight.
We're trying to
Yeah.
see. We understand that
We're trying to reach out, man.
We're trying to be all things to all people,
Right,
as
because
the Apostle Paul said.
generally we can only be one thing to ourselves.
Yeah, and we're not very good at that. So.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's just it's trouble on the border.
And again, like this has
Trouble
been
on the
going
border.
on forever, and because the southern border states, especially Texas, but all the border states have been complaining to the federal government for years about this problem.
Mhm.
And it's it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. And now there's a problem, and only because the Mexicans are like, oh no,
The Mexicans are like, wait. We have drug cartels here.
you mean I
we
have to
got
deal
all-
with this now?
I've got to deal with these people now? No.
Drat. It's not fair.
No, you can't do that to us. That's
Adam W. Johnson, Twitter. I thought PS-13 was an elementary school in Queens. Maybe. It might be that too, but I don't know. You're just knocking them out of the park today, bud.
yeah. Big Pharma Steve trying for another one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I heard PlayStation really kills it with their new PS13.
No, the first one you did was so much better.
Yeah.
This one was, I mean, it was
Stick to your day job,
it was okay. It's more of
That's
a
all right.
reach.
but that's fine.
I mean, we still love you, but
I get the blend. It's fine.
Tech Rover on Twitter. Dangerous gangs as opposed to the roving bands of furries running around and making people feel uncomfortable. I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
I keep saying that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can see that too. That would be problematic.
Adam W. Johnson over Twitter. I keep saying, make El Paso the U.S. capital. Their votes already don't count. D.C. would go back to Maryland,
Uh-huh.
giving them representation, and all the National Guard would move to the capital down on the border.
Oh,
I like that idea.
that's a good idea.
Move the UN to the North Dakota, too.
Oh, well, that would be better because then they'd be out in the middle of nowhere where they couldn't actually bother anybody.
Yeah, and then make sure every time they go in session, it's like...
Has to be the dead of winter.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, late January.
Yeah, dead of winter. I don't care. January, February, December has to be in those time frames.
Yeah.
We can't. The UN can't gather any time other than December through February.
You don't need any... And there's no enjoyment to be had there. It's supposed to be crap fest from get-go.
Exactly, which means that you're going to walk in freezing cold in the middle of nowhere. You walk, 10 miles in the snow.
Uphill.
In the snow. Both ways.
Finally, a rural school district in Texas defied the experts and orders from its government masters when it came to face masks and social distancing in reaction to the Wu-Tang Clan pandemic.
What?
Yep. Instead of bowing to pressure, the district worked with parents to open schools in August without COVID restrictions and mandates. And by all accounts, the students are thriving.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No, that can't be true.
Yep.
That cannot be true.
Peaster Independent School District.
That is a name.
I know. Has had no distancing, no required face masks, no mandatory quarantines since the school started late August.
So they've been in school all year.
The students have had a 100% normal school experience for this year. Nothing has been canceled and no one has been quarantined. The kids at Peaster, Texas, they've thrived. That is the Superintendent Lance Johnson told the outlet.
Go, Lance.
I know. And it all goes back to a decision last year that virtual schooling would not be successful for their community. That is according to KTV-TV.
It hasn't been successful for any community.
Nope. It hasn't. It's been garbage. It's been a way for pedophiles to be more closer to children.
Yep.
PISD surveyed families to see what they wanted for their kids and what they were comfortable with. According to KTVT, 55% of parents said that they would send their children to school if masks and social distancing were required for all grades.
Yeah.
When the district asked about offering school year as close to normal as possible, the numbers jumped to 86%.
So if you just let our kids go to school, we'll be more than happy.
And it appears to have paid off. The school year started on time in August, and nobody has looked back.
Oh, it's like it didn't even care. Didn't even happen. Like it's normal.
Yeah. In the district, of more than 1,400 students, only 8 are still learning online. Daily attendance is now higher than it was a year ago. There was only a dozen more teacher absences in the fall over a year ago, but no cases of COVID in the first 10 weeks of school among the staff or students. Only a few COVID cases were recorded by the end of 2020, and no cases have been recorded this year so far. District data shows that most students in PISD will finish the year at grade level, that is according to the station, as the district has closed the learning gaps that were created when shutting schools down in the spring.
That's awesome. That's exactly what it should have happened.
Should have been like that way from
you
the
guys,
beginning.
if anybody out there who's listening, if you have anything to do with the government, if you have anything to do with state or local, whatever,
School boards, whatever.
school boards, all the rest of it, there is your proof. That is your proof. This is what you can look at and say, look, they did it the entire year. They had no problems whatsoever. The entire year.
And they've been successful.
Right.
The kids
And
are,
yet we're having schools shut down or not even open
yeah.
for the entire year over the possibility, over the thought,
Just maybe.
Somebody might get sick.
You might get a joint.
I'm sorry. You're all going to get germs. Everyone's going to eventually get sick.
No.
It's how it happens.
No, this is 2021. We are building for a
safer
pain-free, sickness-free,
Safer future.
hard times, difficult times, pain-free utopia
It's a hard knock life.
for us.
It's a hard knock life,
For us.
but not for the new generation.
Nope.
Everything has to be padded. Everything has to be covered. Everything has to be concealed, tucked away, sanitized, or else we can't touch it.
That's what she said.
It really is.
It is.
She likes it clean.
Oh, and with that, the show and everything on Mojo 50 brought to you by American Pride Roasters Coffee. Go to com.
That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
If you want historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth.
That's right.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com.
Uh-huh.
All the other awesome hosted shows and things going on
On the Mojos.
on the Mojos. Check them out as well. Mojo50.com.
Yeah.
Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use hashtag arm yourselves. Do the likes, the shares, all that fun jazzes. Help us spread the word. Get the foot around. If you like what you hear. If you don't, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I feel like I'm missing something. Because usually I don't actually nail it all out that fast.
No, you did good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guys, go to our website once more. That's DLAshow.com.
Yeah,
Become
do
a Defender. Become a Defender with us. It helps you. It helps us. It helps the show.
Helps make the world go round.
Yep. With
Do that. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.